Hey guys, thanks for tuning into our YouTube channel today. Today we're installing an RSC tuning side skirt, eyelid kit, and front bumper splitter kit on a 2015 Lamborghini Huracan. We've got the kit right here. It's a very high quality kit. The weave and the finish on the carbon's incredible. And so all the holes are pre-drilled. Really good fitment on this kit as well. Comes with all stainless steel hardware and all of the adhesives you need to install like the eyelids. Very complete package. So what we're going to do is kind of give you guys an overview of the install. And the carbon fiber really accents these cars very well. So this has got the rear diffuser already, the rear deck lid piece, the rear spoiler. It's got the side scoop add-on, and it's also got this piece, which adds quite a bit of contrast here. It's also got the mirror caps as well, which looks phenomenal on the car. The first step is getting the front bumper off so we can front bonnet open. Then we're going to remove these panels here, some Torx bits, and then the front grille just pops out like this one. It's been held on by some tabs, as you can see there, metal tabs. So you just pull that out, and then you've got one bolt here. It's kind of hard to see by the camera, but you just pull that bolt out, and that's the first step to getting the front bumper off. So you'll also have to remove the front truck. There are some screws in there that hold it in place, and you'll pull this thing up, and then give you access to pull these out right here. And it sits there like this. It's got a harness going through it. You'll just remove the 4 bolts, pull this out, and there will be 2 connectors that you unplug, and then you'll push the harness and the grommet through this hole here. Once you push that through, you can remove these, and then you can pull this out of the car. And then you just pull these pieces out, which is pretty straightforward. Now you have access to these mounting bolts here. And this clip also holds that piece in the front cover. So now the next step we're going to do is we need a T80 socket, which you can get one of these online for about 80 to 100 bucks depending on where you buy it from. And then just use this, and that allows you to pull the wheel off without fear of hitting this carbon ceramic rotor, which is very expensive to replace. So we're going to lift the car, pull the wheels, then get access to the inner fenders. Alright, so now we've got the car lifted up. We've got both these in here, so when we pull the wheel off, there's no chance of damaging that wheel. And now Evan's going to pull the wheel off for us and just kind of demonstrate how to do it. And just like that, there's no worries of damaging this brake. This hub right here fits hub centric to the wheel, and a lot of times, like you see here, they'll get some corrosion built up. So while you have this off, it's good to take a piece of Scotch-Brite and just kind of clean that up. Now we'll remove this inner fender liner here, and then we'll have access to all the bolts. We now have the inner fender out, as you can see. We have access to this bolt right here we need to remove, and then we've got some bolts underneath the bumper we need to remove as well. Got the bolt out, and also don't forget this connector here, the side marker on the other side and this side as well. And remove the hardware here that's holding it on, all these bolts on the cover. The next step is removing the under panel, and it's got some Torx bits to hold it on and a couple clips that pop into it. Then you can just slap back and you access these last 2 bolts holding the lower side of the bumper on. You can remove those, then you should be ready to pull the front bumper off. Also, one thing to note is there are some clips holding this cover in that cover up the washer reservoir lines for the headlights. You need to remove the clips, pull this cover down, and then hook the washer reservoir connector here, and then that will free you up to where you can pull the front bumper out. We've also got a clamp on here to keep fluid in, contain it so you don't have fluid leaking everywhere. And now we've got the front bumper off the car. You will need a bumper stand, and now we're going to remove these scuff pads underneath, and then start mocking up the front splitter. Okay, so now we got the bumper on the bumper stand, and we're about to apply the eyelids. This is the component here. You just want to make sure this item has been cleaned and the bumper area that you're going to mount to. Then you'll use some adhesion promotion, which is included. Apply the double-sided tape, and then from there, after you've got the double-sided tape on there and the surface is clean, you'll just, make sure you test it before you install it. Make sure the fitment's good, and then you can install in this area right here. This is the fitting phase. Make sure you apply it really good and strong. So now we're going to fit the splitter to the car. Now that we removed the panel guards, and basically they've got this cutout right here, and you can line that up where it's flush. Just kind of get that set where it's flush with the bumper, and you can see right there where the cutout is on the bumper. So just get this lined up with that nice and flush, and you'll need either a hand or something to hold this in place. But you get that lined up down there on the bottom, and then just kind of get a nice gap up here on the top. Try to get an even gap all the way across, and then you'll just take some sort of device. You can use a punch or a marker, Sharpie. Just mark all the holes, and then we'll drill the holes out from there. Okay, so now we have one bolt here loose, one bolt here loose. So what that allows us to do is get the splitter set in place, but it allows us to get all the other holes started without having to worry about it moving. So we've got a nice gap. Everything's like it should be. You can see that it fits right here. Nice curve. Now this customer opted to do it without spacers on it. There's going to be no spacer on here. It's just going to be tight and flush. We'll drill some more holes and get this thing finalized and bolted up on the side. We have got the front bumper mocked up on the car, and we're just going to start going through the reverse process of mounting it. This is what it looks like on the car. Looks great with those splitters. You see the eyelids. Looks great, fitted up. And then we're going to step into mounting the side skirts. And meanwhile, I have went ahead and removed the rear wheel, same as the front. Then we're going to remove the center fender here and kind of walk you through getting the side skirts off. Now we're on to the side skirts, so we're just going to walk you through what all is involved in removing the side skirts. You'll need to remove the rear wheels and get access to the inner fender and pull it back. And you will have a bolt here, 2 bolts here. Then you'll open up the door, pull back this trim here. There'll be a bolt holding it. Then this thing will slide forward. You'll have to work your way past this here. You'll find a bolt back here behind this. You'll have bolts all underneath the car here. A bolt here. There's 3 bolts underneath the panel there. Some bolts here. So once we got all those out of the way, then we can slowly start working this panel off. We'll kind of show you what to do. So we've got this piece out of the way here. I'll just display how to do that. And then you'll just kind of run your hands right behind like he is and just pull down on the panel. Kind of work your way down with a hand support behind it so you don't scratch anything. And then just slide it past the rubber seal here. There we go, just like that. And that's how you get that piece out. We'll start next here. So it took both of us to mount these up, so I'm just going to kind of walk you through what we did. Get the ends lined up pretty flush here, and there's a little lip here that sits flush up against the side skirt. And then you get lined up again here and have just one person hold one and you can hold the other. Then drill a hole through that, set the bolts in there, kind of got them just hand tight. Then we did the same on the other end. Then we tightened both of these down. And now just come here with your drill and drill these holes out. Put your bolts through the hardware and tighten those up. Once you do that, you're ready to reinstall the side skirts on the car. Make sure all your hardware is tight, and it's pretty straightforward from there. We have finished up the side skirt install, the front bumper install, and now we're just kind of finishing up the last bits and pieces of this project. Right here, this is one of the more intricate parts of the project because you don't want to damage this emblem that comes off right here. Evan's going to kind of walk us through how to properly reinstall this piece.
You want to use 3M press and place emblem adhesive. Remove the backing. Put it on there. Press it on. Pull it off. You now have adhesive on the back side. And the adhesive transfers from that piece to that piece. There you go.
Okay guys, so we just finished up putting the car back together and we're getting ready to ship it back to its owner. Side skirts look phenomenal on this car. Really make a big difference on it. And that's the eyelids and the side skirts as well. It's phenomenal the difference it makes. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please comment below. Please subscribe, and if you'd like to see more videos on how to do installs, just comment below. We are an authorized installer for RSC tuning products. If you guys are interested in us doing it, we do transport across the country, so we'd love to help out. Thank you for watching.